All right, welcome everyone. So today we will be talking about Taurus sign or second house or Venus from a new series which we started from Aries and we will go up to Pisces. So before beginning Taurus, I want you to understand more about Venus because Venus is the lord of Taurus. So all the qualities that Venus possesses is there in Taurus, right? Because Taurus is a sign of resources. So Venus is said to be the Venus is said to be the Daitya Guru, whereas Brahspati is Dev Guru. So let's first understand how these two gurus are different from each other, and why Venus is said to be the Daitya Guru, whereas Venus is more intelligent. Venus is having more knowledge of all the scriptures. So first thing is like Guru Shukracharya and Guru Brahspati are cousins. And it is the same types as Kaurav and Pandavas. So their fathers are brothers. First, let us understand the lineage of both these gurus. Shukra is the son of Maharshi Bhrigu, who is a mind-born son of Brahma or Prajapati and a Saptarishi. Shukra's stepsister is goddess Lakshmi, who, as the daughter of Bhrigu of Bhargav Gotra lineage, is known as Bhargavi. Okay. So Bhargavi's mother is Khyati, daughter of Prajapati Daksh. Now both Lakshmi and Shukra share the same day of the week for worship. Interestingly, worshipping either Lakshmi or Shukra will give the same result. Aishwarya, that is prosperity. As per different sources, Shukra's mother, Kavya Mata, is either the daughter of Hiranyakashipa or Hiranyaksh. Hiranyaksh is Hiranyakaship's brother. He is the one who was killed by Vishnu's Varaha avatar after he abducted Bhumi Mata and dragged her into the celestial sea. So Kavya Mata is either a sister or cousin sister to Prahlad. So Prahlad and the other Asuras are Shukra's maternal family. Okay. So here the Brigu lineage is called Bhargav lineage or Bhargav Gotra. It has produced rishis like Chavan of Chavan Prash frame and Jamdagni, the husband of goddess Renuka, and of course the hot-headed uh, Parshuram, also called as Bhargav Rama. So Jamdagni's father is Richika. Richika's wife was Satyavati, the elder sister of King Kaushik. Now, who after his interaction with Vashishta Maharshi went on to become the most powerful and also the most angry, cruel Maharshi ever, Vishwamitra. So, in summary, this is a lineage where almost every member has been exceptionally contributed to the well-being of this universe. Now, let us understand Brahaspati's lineage. So, Brahaspati is the son of Angiras. Angiras is the one who saw or composed many of the hymn of the Rig Veda and Atharveda. Angiras is Brigu's brother, a full brother with same father and mother, not half, no step brother. So he is Shukra's he is Shukracharya's direct paternal uncle. Brigu sent Shukra to Angiras for education. So both Brahaspati and Shukra were student of Angiras. But here Angiras was partial toward his son Brahaspati, even though Shukra was more talented. Shukra felt insulted and left. So he took Rishi Gautam as his next guru. Indra and Brahaspati were friends, and Brahaspati got the post of Dev Guru by favoritism, or you can say nepotism, and not by merit. So Shukracharya was the more accomplished of the two. Shukra was slighted again, and he decided to become the guru of Asuras and the enemy of the Devas. Almost immediately afterwards, there was a war between Devas and the Asuras, and the Asuras were decimated, realizing that the Devas could not be defeated easily. Shukra decided to perform tapasya at Mount Kailash to find out way to defeat the Devas. So the tapasya ultimately resulted Lord Shiva granting him the Amrit Sanjeevani mantra. So Indra got scared of Shukra's tapas and decided to finish off all the Asuras before Shukra's tapas finished. So while Shukra and his father Brigu were doing tapas, he attacked the Asuras. So now these Asuras arrived at Shukra's residence seeking help. He was away. Sacred, they sought shelter from Kavya Mata and Shukra's mother, who by familial relations would be their sister, aunt or grandaunt. So Kavya Mata was accomplished mantrika, fighter on her own, right? So Kavya Mata by her mantric power sent all the devas to sleep and paralyzed Indra. Indra sought help of Vishnu, who beheaded Kavya Mata using the Sudarshan Chakra. So once Brigu found this out, he cursed Vishnu to take Manushya Janmas repeatedly and suffer separation from his wife for the sin of killing a woman. It is interestingly to note that Kavya Mata is a stepmother-in-law to Vishnu, while Brigu is Vishnu's father-in-law. So Brigu, through his own curse, cursed his own daughter to separate from her husband. Brigu revived his wife using the mantric powers. So Indra was petrified by these events. So he decided to use his most favorite technique, that is using beautiful women to seduce his enemy, offer tapasya. So this time he asked his own daughter Jayanti to seduce Shukra. And Jayanti was both shocked and disgusted. She also could not go against the direct orders of her father. So she went to Kailash where Shukra was doing tapasya. She, having not yet made up her mind on what to do next, decided to help Shukra instead of breaking his tapasya. She served him as an attendant, collecting and arranging flowers, darbas, food, water, and other necessary materials for him. She also prepared his bed, fed him, and encouraged him by inspiring words whenever he felt low and helpless. So Shukra's tapasya was successful and he obtained the Mrit Sanjeevani mantra. So once his tapasya was successful, he asked Jayanti what he could do for her. Jayanti asked him to marry her. So Shukra and Jayanti later had a daughter named Devyani. In every subsequent war, the Devas lost. Shukra was a mastered strategist and driven by righteous anger, brought about brought about by the act of Angiras. So Brahspati, Indra and Devas, he would simply revive the dead Asuras with the Sanjeevani mantra, and the number of Devas dwindled. The Asuras grew in number and power. Frustrated with defeat, Guru Brahspati sent his own son Kach to Shukracharya to learn the Sanjeevani Vidya. And Brahspati told him that Shukra was very attached to Devyani, his daughter, and he should use her if everything else failed. So Shukracharya accepted Kacha as a Shishya but did not share the Sanjeevani Vidya to him. Meanwhile, the Devyani was very impressed with Kacha and fell in love with him. So the Asuras were scared that Kacha would learn the Vidya and then subsequently use it against them. They tried to kill him using various methods. Each time they succeeded, and Devyani convinced Shukra to revive the dead Kacha. Finally, frustrated, the Asuras killed Kacha and made his body into a paste, mixed it with alcohol and served it to Shukra. So when Shukra called the Kacha, he replied from within Shukra's body and narrated all that what happened. Reviving Kacha would mean a dead Shukra. So helpless Shukra taught Kacha the Sanjeevani Vidya and then revived him. Once Kacha was out of Shukra's body, he used the Sanjeevani Vidya to revive Shukra. That's how it all happened. With his goal met, Kacha started back to Brahspati's place and Devyani asked him to marry her, but he refused, telling her that she was now his sister since she was reborn from the stomach of her father. So Devyani set a curse upon him that he would forget Sanjeevani Vidya when he needed it most. So the curse came into being and the Vidya was useless to Devas. Devyani later on went to marry Yayati of the Chandra dynasty, whose descendants are the Yadavas, Krishna, and also the Kauravas and Pandavas. So, to restore balance between two warring factions, Vishnu arranged for the Samudra Manthan, whose final ratna was to bringing of Amrit by Dhanvantari. Once the Devas had it, they become immortal and the balance of power was restored. At the end, remember that both Devas and Asuras are stepbrother. They are son of Kashyap Rishis, Dev Mata, Aditi, while the mother of Asuras is Diti, her own sister. So Kashyap Rishi wives were 13 daughter of Prajapati Daksha. The same Daksha whose daughter married Shiva. Indra's wife is Sachi Devi and she is the daughter of Danav Puloma. And the Puranic text mentions discreetly that Indra was so besotted with Sachi that he forced himself upon her. After coming to know what has happened, Puloma had to threaten Indra to marry his daughter. An interesting footnote is that Shukra was not only an accomplished priest, mantrik, but also a warrior as well. So Shukra, along with his great grandson Jamdagni, wrote a treatise on archery, which is now lost. It is regarded as being far more superior to the Dhanurvidya. After Vishnu wielding the Saranga bow and Shiva had a fight on whose bow was superior, both the bows were handed over Jamdagni for safekeeping. Parshuram, Jamdagni's son and also an avatar of Vishnu's, picked up, used the Saranga. He was so skillful and Asha that he single-handedly decimated the whole Kauravas clan multiple times. And the Pinaka ended up with the Janaka dynasty. He wielded the mighty Saranga, Vishnu's bow, given to Richika, his grandfather, by Vishnu himself. Parshuram first defeated Sahasra Arjuna and his descendants who had killed his father Jamdagni. The same Sahasra Arjuna has defeated the imprisoned Ravan earlier and had been released on Ravan's grandfather. So Pulasthya Brahma requests, interestingly, Pulasthya, it's Ravana's grandfather, and Brigu, Shukra's father, and Angyas, Brahspati's fathers, are sons of Brahma. So Parshuram is the weapon guru of Bhishma, Drona, and Karna. All the weapons knowledge used in Mahabharata can be tracked back to Drona, then to Parshuram, and from Parshuram to his ancestor Shukra. So Shukra is a skilled poet as well. He was so great a poet that he was called Kavya, and his mother came to know as Kavya Mata. Her original name is now lost in annals of history. So there can be no greater measures of success when a person is not known by the name of the parents, but the parents are known by the name of the person. So the most beneficial planet in person astrological chart is Shukra. So after you are born, which is first house, your body, then for sustenance you need food, and to get food you need money, and initially to get money you need your family, right? So second house is your food, money, family, your your speech, your face, because to have food you need mouth, and to earn you need to speak in general, right? So Taurus is the natural second house, and lord of the sign is Venus. That's why Venus is money, and Shukra is the pride wherever it sits. So wherever Shukra sits, there you will show the pride. Shukra is a very soft planet and he can destroy and revive the things because he has Sanjeevani Vidya, as we've discussed earlier. So Shukra is sustenance. That's why he got Taurus and Libra sign. These are the two signs where you have to sustain all through your life. Second house is your earning capabilities. Then it's food जो आपके body को sustain करता है.